Hi, I'm Omega Rex W.
Hi, I'm Neil.
Hey, my name is Chris.
Hey, I'm Mark.
Hi, I'm Melvin.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Wang. Team Oyoko.
I may do a little surprise third sneaker.
Oh.
But I'm going to tell you a story behind it. But let me just find out, because you mentioned something about he bought for a certain amount, then he flipped it for $5,000. That's a huge profit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so it's definitely not like the amount, like it's not gonna be like $5,000, but let me just give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can pull it. Let's just want to make sure they are the right one. Yeah, okay. So I'm about to show you these sneakers, but so I don't know if you can see the size 12, how much it is.
$645.
Yeah. So these sneakers retailed. Oh, it's not on here. But I believe I paid only $140 for these, like when they first came out, and it wasn't as popular at that time. But so the player for this, obviously you guys know who Kobe Bryant is. Like, you know, rest in peace for Kobe. And you know, when I found out what happened to him, I was like, what? Like, I didn't believe it at first, but sadly enough, when he did pass away, everything that was linked to his name skyrocketed in price. I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand. Like now, the rarity of it, just because the player is now, you know, the player passed on, you're talking about some of the stuff that he has. It's probably going to go up in value just because of that situation. Because when I was looking at these sneakers before the incident happened, they definitely weren't as high. I want to say they're probably around $300. So it's still like you're making over 100% profit, right? But now you saw it $645 for a size 12. So these are called the Dark Knight. If you want to see it here. If you can see it, right? Yeah. So yeah, so imagine this, because it has Kobe's name on it. This ended up being $645. I mean, again, it's not a $5,000 thing, but because of the incident that happened, now that you have these rare sneakers, you can actually flip them for a bigger profit. And I really don't think I use these either. Like, it's pretty clean.
It doesn't look like you even walked out. You
No.
didn't try them on?
I mean, usually every sneaker that's a size 12, I can fit. Like, it's.
No, but the question is, have you tried them on?
Like, actually to go outside?
No. Just put them on your foot.
Oh, I'm pretty sure, but I don't, walking outside in these, I don't think so.
Wow.
No, but something like this is another rare find, because this is a Kobe 5, I think. Yeah, Kobe 5, and then the nickname for this is Dark Knight, for obvious reasons that it's black.
Like, that to me is not a bad looking sneaker.
Yeah.
This one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you would not pay $645 for these.
No.
See?
If he was like, oh, hey, $80, like, yeah, that one.
But what about retail?
What was it?
Retail,
140?
I think. Like, I mean, this is a Kobe 5. This came out years and years ago. I was still in college. So you're talking about 10 plus years ago.
I'll put it this way.
I think 140. I could be wrong.
When it comes to clothing and sneakers or any kind of outerwear, right? I'm the type that will never pay retail price. I'm gonna wait for a sale.
You just kind of wait.
Something. Yeah, but certain other things I will pay retail for, but not sneakers or like clothing.
The reason why I got into this one, actually, because I was a big Kobe fan back then. And I just heard of a sneaker called the Dark Knight, and I'm a big Batman fan too. So I'm like, hey, that kind of goes hand in hand. And when I saw the silhouette of the actual sneaker and the color, I was like, I have to get those. Wow. And I think sneakerheads at that time, or sneakers in general, during that time wasn't as crazy as it is now. Because right now you're talking about, you have LeBron, you have Michael Jordan, then now you have Yeezys coming in, and everybody's just going crazy for them. Back then, you didn't have a whole lot of like, Yeezys weren't out then, so it wasn't as bad. But I think now that you're seeing more and more of these particular sneakers come out, and it doesn't matter what colorway, for some reason, especially with Yeezy, it doesn't matter what colorway, it always sells out. Like, there's times where I'm trying to get them just to get them, I can never get them, not once. So they're that hard to get. So I kind of gave up on it. But then these, yeah, I remember I went to the mall and I saw them. I'm like, these actually aren't that bad because it's one thing to see them online, but to actually have them in person, it's like it's different.
Yeah, it's a good looking sneaker.
Yeah. And then there's a lot more. They have one called the Bruce Lee's for obvious reasons. Bruce Lee, it's like black, yellow, and then has like the three blood marks from Enter the Dragon where he gets sliced. So because he studied martial arts, I think he studied Bruce Lee's. Was it no Jeet Kune Do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kobe was a big Bruce Lee fan, so I think that's why they made a sneaker, in I guess in honor of Bruce Lee. That one's crazy. That one's probably like a couple grand or something. I don't know. I haven't really checked, but yeah. So and that wasn't an impulse buy. I did go to the mall to actually look at them and check them out. I was like, I had the intention of actually getting it, and I did, and I'm actually glad I did because, well, look at the resale value now. It's like pretty high, but I don't think I'm gonna get rid of this anytime soon. Especially it's a Kobe.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But for like, let's say a pair of Michael Jordans that I can actually part with, I probably will. And Michael Jordan sneaker values are still pretty up there, regardless if it's like hyped or not.
Oh.
Yeah. So it all depends. It all depends on the player. It all depends on the silhouette of the sneaker. It all depends on the colorway. Again, Chris, remember we were talking about the South Beach. South Beach 8 of black and white won't have the same resale value as the South Beach, even though it's the same silhouette. You're just talking about a different color, and that makes a huge difference. Why? I have no idea. It's always been like that.
Why do you think some players get like nice collectible shoes, but like others don't? Like Steph Curry, like that's not one of the things you're going after.
Those are Curry's, right?
Because Steph Curry, his I think he's sponsored by Under Armour.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
I've
so
had
the
a
brand
pair of
matters.
yeah, the brand matters. It's a huge thing because I've had a pair of I don't remember the exact name, but it's a pair of Under Armour sneakers. It's a pair of basketball sneakers. I didn't like the way it felt or looked, and a lot of the Steph Curry models that came out, I don't find it very appealing.
Okay.
The sneakers I have, all of them, I have some type of appeal to, regardless if it's an impulse buy or something I actually wanted. But
Okay.
the models from Steph Curry under Under Armour, it's not to my liking. So that's why I never picked up
But is
on
there a
any.
demand for it?
No, it's
Oh, okay.
no, it's
just-
very little.
I got
Even
mine
though
for
he's
free.
even though he's a very popular player, the value and the sought off sneaker of his is not as high as, let's say, a pair of Michael Jordans or LeBrons or Kobe's. Like those three,
Oh.
like if ever you talk about sneakers, those three are usually the ones that you talk about.
Okay.
Got a pair of Kobe's, a pair of Jordans. Jordans is still like top. Nobody can. I mean, I have so many pairs. Like that whole rack right there. That's like all Jordans, and then the ones that with the Nike boxes over there, right there. Those are all Jordans. It just has Nike on them. The ones up there, right here, all this right here. Those are all
some of them
Jordans.
the same exact thing, and like
Wow.
there's different colors.
Yeah. Like those right there. The one that all Nike right there.
Yeah.
They are exact same sneaker, just different colors. Exact same
Wow.
sneaker. Yeah, that's the only difference. And again, depending on the color too, some of the resale values of those will differ. It's interesting.
Are you guys passionate about anything like, or have a collection like that we don't know of?
No.
Other than sneakers?
Yeah. Ryan's thinking, he's like, what do I got over here?
No. I don't know.
For cameras, I mean, there are nice like L lenses, but it's too much for me.
But Chris, you actually utilize it. You take photos and stuff with, like, let's say the one that you do have right now, right?
Yeah, that's where I kind of try to. They're not collectible lenses, right? So you can't really
Is that even such a thing?
compare. Yeah.
Is collectible lens
No, not
even
really.
a thing? Oh, okay. There's a fly. What the hell?
Yeah. Again, like some part of me regrets getting into it because you know how much money you could have saved. I mean, the last episode we did, your sister-in-law did a calculation on. I would say the average amount for a pair of sneakers that I have is 200 $200. And then I think she counted like
Yeah, she did some
I
math.
don't know,
Like
like
$20,000 or something.
yeah, it was like 20 grand. It's like, that's a down payment for, let's say, a car, or like that can help go to a house,
Yeah.
and that's just what's behind you, and that's only basing off a $200 marketing. These right here that I just showed you, I have over 2 grand with just these three sneakers alone. So you gotta take that into consideration, and then I also have sneakers in the walk-in closet in the master bedroom that I didn't even take out. You only see this here, but I have some over there. Yeah.
Are those like a higher end in
Yeah.
comparison to the ones
Yes.
behind you?
That's why my South Beaches and these Yeezys, they all came from the other closet.
That's pretty funny.
Just something about the higher value being with me where I sleep compared to some, not as much, but I mean, they still hold a lot of value, but I can't fit everything in that closet. I have my clothes there.
That's how I do with my whiskey. I keep whatever is cheaper, on
Oh,
display.
okay. No, then probably for you, it's whiskey.
But it's not.
collectible.
It's not a collector thing. It's just the price that I'm like. It's not for everybody to drink. It's for a special occasion to take it out. Then after that, like I throw the bottle away. It's not like I'm keeping it.
But well, that's the thing too. Like some of these, I would probably wear on a special occasion. I wouldn't just wear it like as a daily thing.
Right.
Like some that like again, there's some that I wear that I just don't care about. There's some that I'll wear. It's like, oh, it's a pretty decent event. Okay, like the ones that I wore for the bachelor parties.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I wore the wrong sneakers for these. I'm like, oh, these are one of my beaters, but they're one of my nicer ones where I actually take care of them. Like when I came home, they were kind of muddy, so I actually cleaned them, and then I sprayed them with protection against what is it, like spills, so I can easily just wipe them off, and then I let them air out, and then I'll put them back in the box, and then put them back to where they belong. But others where I'll just throw them in the closet, and I just don't care. Yeah, and then there's some that I'm just like really picky about, like those Yeezys. I have no idea when I'll ever wear them, because you're talking about $1,000 on your feet, and you step on a piece of dirt or mud, and you're just like yeah. So again, impulse buy, not a very smart choice on my end, and I admit that. If my wife is watching, I'm sorry.
But is your worst impulse buy a pair of sneakers?
I would say yeah. Like my worst impulse buy. I mean, there's nothing as expensive as this one. This was an impulse buy, but I did want them, but I wasn't looking for them. It just so happened that the time that I went, they had my size and they had it like there. And then to hold it, I'm like, this is a really rare sneaker that I'm holding right now. The only difference is that the price is what's holding me back. And I mean, $1,000 is not cheap. Hell, $200 isn't cheap. So for me to really contemplate on that and to really go back and look at my account, I'm like, can I afford this? Yeah, but do I want to? So when you start getting to that moment, honestly, I would just turn away, no matter how rare or how how much you want these sneakers. If you're digging into your phone, looking at your account,
that's pretty bad.
Thinking if you can pay your bills and eat,
and
still buy the sneakers, just turn away. I'm for all the sneakerheads watching this. If you're at that moment, turn away. Just please, like, save yourself the heartache, because initially you're gonna think, yeah, I finally got them. But then as the days went by, I thought in my head, holy crap, I paid $1,000 for this. You know how much? What bills you can pay with that? Food. If you want to go out and have a nice time with your family.
So it wasn't even like, I'm gonna reward myself for this. I deserve this. It was more like, I'm just buying it.
Yeah, again, there was no occasion. It wasn't my birthday. It wasn't Christmas, nothing. It was just, it happened to be there at the right time. And the only thing was the price point. But apparently at that point, I didn't care. I was like, screw it. Let's do this.
Wow. Well, that's probably, you're probably not alone with that at all.
Oh, no, definitely not.
I would imagine sneakerheads are even worse.
There's some sneaker reviewers that paid $5,000. There's a pair of sneakers coming out called I think the Nike Dior. And I think it's a limited pair. I'm not exactly sure how many, but I want to say it's like between maybe like 800 or 1,000 pairs worldwide. So if you're able to get your hands on those, you're like one of the lucky few. And the resale value of that, you're looking at maybe like $25,000, $30,000. There's a pair of M&Ms, M&M 4s that has only been made once, and it's obviously for M&M. And those I see them go as high as $50,000.
Oh.
Yeah, for a pair of M&M 4s. And mind you, these are just sneakers. There's nothing special about them other than the silhouette and the name. The name attached to it is what makes a huge difference. Like Yeezys,
$50,000.
yeah, because it's Eminem.